Sonic has been around for over 30 years, and I feel like I've been saying that a lot. And since he's been around for so long, we've had hundreds of Sonic levels come and go. Some are pretty good, and some are pretty shit. But there is one level, in my opinion, that stands out as the single greatest level in Sonic history. And ironically, it comes from what is considered the worst game in Sonic's history. Kingdom Valley from Sonic 06. Well, I mean specifically Project 06. This level is my personal favorite Sonic level, period. And before you guys go into the comments saying, but it's not official, so it doesn't count. The level design and the music for both versions go unchanged, and the only two things that go changed from 06 to P06 is the controls and visuals. And I'm sorry, but those controls in P06 just make all of the difference. But most of my praises for the stages can go for both games. So enough yapping, let's get into why Kingdom Valley is the best level in Sonic history. This stage is the penultimate level of the Sonic story, coming before the last level in the story, where Sonic is chasing down Eggman in the egg carrier to try and save Elise. The stakes are high, and the music playing represents that perfectly, hitting you with these loud and quick-hitting orchestral strings. The drums in the back are fast, and the whole song in the first section just hits you with this sense of urgency, and just that feeling of, how Sonic says it, you need to get to Elise right away. The level itself looks beautiful. Sonic is no stranger to, his romp in some ancient ruins, but I believe this is the first time that Sonic has ran through a gigantic ruined castle, and it makes for one of the most unique and beautiful looking level themes in this series history. The tone as well is really fitting. I personally prefer the base version more to Project 06's version because the gray skies just fit that dreary feeling, and it does make the level big gray, but it's cloudy, so no shit. But I don't really mind it. Now we get to the meat and potatoes of the level. The actual level design, and holy shit, this first level design is a masterclass in Sonic level design and can be considered one of the best levels ever created in a Sonic game. So starting off, we have the basic straightaway, but already in the first few seconds of the level, you can see an eagle, and if you bounce up to it, you can reach the eagle and get a bunch of ring capsules, or then you could take another eagle, which will take you to another tower. And that's just in the first part of the stage. If you take the normal way, you have a bunch of rails they can go through, and you eventually reach this air rail where you can either go down normally or Omega tank a bunch of enemies to get some extra rings. And this is what this whole level section boils down to. You have so many different ways to traverse this level, and the best way I can describe it is like if they took what made SA1's level design so good and cranked it up to 11. Even coming back to this tower, if you continue to the bridge, you can keep going straight or take another path to get a couple more ring capsules. But even if you're on the bottom path, you could still find your way to the top by taking these ropes or destroying the bridge, revealing a whole new path. Or you can ignore all that, go straight, and take the bottom path, which offers a whole slew of different paths that can take you to different top paths in the stage. And this goes for the entirety of the entire first section of the stage. If I were to talk about every alternate path here, I'll be here for at least an hour. But it's not just the amount, it's the way that they're integrated into the level design. It just feels so natural, and it keeps the flow of the stage going. I never feel like I have to stop and redirect myself in any major way if I want to take an alternate path. Already, we're off to a great first impression, and we ride off into the next section where we have Silver. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Silver's gameplay in Project 06, and especially not in Base 06, but to be honest, it's pretty well designed here. It's pretty straightforward and it doesn't take super long, but the music really makes the difference. It's not as fast, it's a bit more slow paced, with the strings and the other orchestral instruments taking their time, being way more slower and drawn out to match the pace of Silver's gameplay, where you're not really in a rush, but that feeling of intensity is still there. Then, after getting to the end of the stage, you meet back up with Sonic, and you get to the next section of the level, where it's definitely more linear, but I feel like here, it's way more SA2 level design than it is SA1's level design, where the level is definitely way more linear, but the way you traverse through that linear stage can be switched up with a bunch of different paths. But this part of the stage really focuses on combat, because there are a lot of rooms filled with enemies, so in that case, I guess it would be more akin to Sonic Heroes. just without the annoying combat. This section in particular of the level is where you can really rack up those high score bonuses for that S rank. Then you get to the end of the part, you enter through the door, and we reach the home stretch, which ends in a Mach speed section, which is also the last Mach speed section in the game, and it definitely ends off with a bang. Sonic is running through these ruins with literal godlike depictions of the sea splitting and the water flowing up to the sky, adding to the fact that Sonic literally runs on water. Yeah, this is a very ethereal / biblical feeling to it, and the music just adds on to that feeling. And here it just feels like the accumulation of what this music's been building up to, with all the orchestra just building up, and it releases in this one section, putting it all on full blast. With the addition of these loud vocals in the back, the climatic feeling of this stage reaches its peak here. Then finally, the level ends, and holy crap, you just played the best stage of all time. So when looking back at this stage again, what makes it the greatest Sonic level of all time? Well, it's the combination of the music and the tone of the stage setting the theme extremely well, along with the music and the theme of the level just them by themselves being some of the greatest themes and music in the series, along with some of the greatest level design in the Sonic series that really understands what makes Sonic fun, especially in that first section where you have all these different routes that you can take, not only encouraging replayability, but encouraging mastery of the stage to find all the hidden paths and the best way to traverse the stage. It is a masterclass in level design to the highest degree, and just the pure spectacle of the stage with the final Mach speed section all together, it makes for what is to me the greatest Sonic level ever created. And it's no surprise, this stage was one of, if not the first level that they had done for the game, as early as Tokyo Game Show in 2005. It was clear that this stage was probably the one that they put the most time into, and they wanted to basically be their poster child iconic stage for the game. It appears on the title screen, it appears on the box art. It was the first location that they ever revealed when the game was first shown off. This level is the game's identity sometimes, so it's just such a shame that the controls don't play as well, but I am so glad that Project 06 exists because we were able to see this stage in its true light. But even with how bad the controls are in regular Sonic 06, stuff like the music, the theme, the tone, the level design, and the spectacle all apply here. Even without Project 06's controls, it is still easily a top 3 Sonic stage for me. But it's those touched up controls that really make this level so great, and what allows me to put it as my favorite Sonic level of all time, without question. And it's kind of crazy that they were never able to replicate this style ever again. But that is all I have to say, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment down below, what is your guys' favorite stage? Is it from Project 6? Is it from a different game entirely? You think I'm fucking crazy? And I know some people are going to be upset at me saying specifically Project 06, but again, like I said, even without 06's controls, it's still a top 3 stage for me. But Project 06 really puts it on that high pedestal, man. It's just crazy. It's like, again, I know ambition is ambition, and I know how the game turned out, but I just wish things were different, man. And this kind of relates to what I'm talking about next. We're extremely close to 7K subscribers, and y'all talked about it, and y'all agreed that the next, what this game could have looked like, you guys want to see, is Sonic 06. So I'm happy to say, I'm very excited to say, that will be the next episode of what this game could have looked like. So if you guys are excited, let's try to get to 7K quickly, because we're almost there. We're only like, as of recording this video, less than 150 subscribers away. So let's get there, and I'm very excited to make that video, because I love that series, and I feel like I'm running out of games to make on that series. But we'll get there. But that's really all I have to say for today. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll see y'all in the next one.